I
Thank you.
will ask, what time, Attorney Farolan, did you arrive at the airport I presume, represent Ms. Ortiz?
Around after lunch, Your Honor.
So it was already after lunch?
Yes, Your Honor.
That you got there?
Yes,
And
Your
what
Honor.
did you find?
Well, pagdating ko doon, nakita ko na po si Nanay Gloria. Yun yung first time namin na meet kasi nga po hindi ko alam kung ano yung connection namin nung nagpunta ako doon. Kasama na po niya si Maricon. Ang una po naming hinanap yung investigador. Pinakilala po na investigador was a female police officer.
So what is her name?
Si De Padua, if I remember. I think it was De Padua. One of the
She is a policewoman?
a police officer, Your Honor.
She was in
A female police officer, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your
She
Honor.
was in uniform?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
She was in the blue barong uniform of the police, Your Honor.
Okay, so please proceed.
Yes, sir. Then after when I asked her, I just want to note that she was the one who was said to be the official investigator, but in fact it was a different investigator who investigated Nanay Gloria Sunday night. So these are two different investigators because we want to also point out the importance of the gender aspect of the situation. When female detainees are being interviewed and subjected to interrogation by males. Sa amin po, may issues sa amin din yun dahil may epekto po yun sa tao.
Yes, naturally. But to get back, I just want to establish the timeline. Ano?
Nung pagdating ko po ng hapon, tinanong ko kaagad bakit hindi pa na-inquest. Ang paliwanag po nila, hindi pa raw naayos yung papel, kinukumpleto pa raw po nila, at inaantay pa na raw nila yung mga tao.
So wala pa yung anong sumunod na nangyari? But
nung nagantay pa po ako doon, nung nagantay po ako ay nung napansin ko na parang hindi gumagalaw. Nagtanong ulit ako, ba't hindi pa nag-inquest? Dapat kagabi pa nga to na-inquest na. So I became a bit insistent on the inquest.
What time was this?
This was already around 4 o'clock. Around 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Ang sinabi na nila sa amin, sa akin, isasabay-sabay na lang po namin. I think there were 2 other persons under custody with a similar case. Isasabay-sabay na raw sila. Sabi ko, bakit kailangan pang antayin nyo itong mga taong to? Dapat nauna nang na-inquest tong si Nanay Gloria. Well, they couldn't explain it. So, sige, tanggapin natin. It was still within the 32-hour period. So, by 4:30, around 4:30, doon na po kami gumayak papuntang Pasay City Hall, kung nasan po yung Pasay City Prosecutor's Office. Nung dumating po kami doon, mga past 5, we waited a bit, around 5:30, 6 o'clock, nag-umpisa yung inquest proceeding against Nanay Gloria. Siya po yung nauna. Then doon nga po pinresinta nung sinumbinte po ng police with the OTS personnel yung written investigation report, which also serves as the complaint against Nanay Gloria. The charge was violation of RA 10591 without specifying what particular section. Then when we further looked into the complaint, naka-attach na po doon yung mga statements, of course, ng OTS personnel. Ang lumalabas po na complainants doon was the police officer, CPO1 Ballesteros, and the 3 OTS personnel, Galang, Abaya, and Rosal. Nung tiningnan na po namin yung mga dokumento, even their statements, so they were made to swear before the fiscal on the veracity and truth of the documents and the attachments. Nung tiningnan po namin yung attachments nila at doon po namin nakita yung larawan ng bala na sinasabi nilang bala daw na nakuha galing sa bag ni Nanay Gloria. Nakakapagtaka po dahil bago kami umalis sa presinto, the police station, before we left, I had the chance to have a glimpse of the bullet that was of the actual bullet which they said was the one they confiscated from Nanay Gloria, and it was totally different. The one appearing on the picture is it was short, stout, rounded tip, silver yung tinatawag nating projectile o yung tingga. I have a picture here. If
yan yung nasa red bag.
ito yung nasa red bag daw. Nilabas na, there was a picture,
yes,
if
I'd like to have a look at the photograph and say. And then, yung pagdating ninyo sa Pasay City Hall,
they also, when we noted that, we asked Assistant City Prosecutor Willie Chan, Your Honor, if you, may you please request them to present the actual bullet. When they showed and presented the actual bullet, it was placed in a bag, in a resealable plastic bag, a small resealable plastic bag. It contained a red cloth pouch with some small, I think those were beads, a bead-looking. There were plastic beads, and there was also a bullet inside. But the actual bullet, if you'd notice, is long.
yes,
It was narrow, long, pointed, with a brown tip. I took the liberty of, actually, I asked the Honorable Prosecutor to have a photo taken of the a photo taken
Attorney
of the
Spocky,
pictures. Yes.
could you just submit that to the
yes.
pictures to the, before you continue, no, I'm not
Yes.
stopping you, to the committee so that we can have it part of our records.
Yes, Your Honor.
And at this point, I'd just like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Ralph Recto and Senator Sunny Trillanes. We'd also like to, well, she was here a while ago, acknowledge Senator Leticia Shahani. Guess she stepped out. Anyway, proceed.
yes, Attorney Farolan. Okay, after you asked, you questioned the Assistant Prosecutor Chan
yes, sir.
about the bullets and asked for a photograph to be taken. What happened then?
So they produced this small plastic. It was a resealable plastic with those things inside. A red cloth pouch inside with some beads. I think small debris of plastics and a bullet. But if you compare the bullet was narrow. It was mahaba, patulis, mahaba, payat, patulis, at dark yung brown yung tingga, yung dulo, which was totally different from the one in the picture. The one in the picture was short, stout, rounded tip, and the color of the tip of the projectile was somewhat silver, indicating that it could actually be a reload of a 9mm reload.
Yeah, for the record, Mr. Chairman, I've looked at the photographs. The photograph that was taken in the airport is of, I believe, a 9mm cartridge, and the photograph that was taken in the Pasay City Hall is of a 30 caliber carbine cartridge, which is entirely different. One is a rifle cartridge, the other one is a pistol cartridge.
Actually, Your Honor, there is also a debate as to what the caliber of the bullet was. Even the other bullet, personally, I think it's a 22 long rifle type of bullet, the actual bullet that they presented. But unfortunately, even the police officers there cannot identify what caliber was the bullet presented before the inquest fiscal. And if you look at the complaint itself, it failed to indicate what was the specific caliber of that bullet which was confiscated with Nanay Gloria, allegedly confiscated.
All right.
In the belongings of Nanay Gloria.
Okay, let's move on from the bullet. What happens after all of this discussion with the bullet was concluded? What happened then?
The bullet was, the discussion on the discrepancy on the bullet, of the photo of the bullet and the actual bullet, was critical because it made the inquest fiscal decide that, well, there seems to be a reasonable doubt on the identity of the bullet which was allegedly confiscated from Nanay Gloria, which I think really made him decide to recommend to the city prosecutor to have Nanay Gloria released without need of bail, released for further investigation, and instead of elevating the case to court like what happened to previous cases, he recommended that the case be subjected to the regular preliminary conference process, Your Honor. The following day, the city prosecutor...
But
yes, sir.
Before the following day, at the end of the second day, was Manang Gloria still in detention?
Yes, Your Honor. She was, after the inquest proceedings, Nanay Gloria was brought back to the station where she spent another night. And the following day, she slept there. The following day, at around 10 o'clock, the Office of the City Prosecutor of Pasay City, City Prosecutor Fernandez, approved the recommendation of Assistant City Prosecutor Chan which, again, released Nanay Gloria without bail, without need of bail,
Yeah.
and recommending that it proceed not with a court, but with a regular preliminary conference process, Your Honor.
Very well. Thank you, Attorney. I'd like to direct my next questions to General Manager Honrado. General Manager Honrado, when did you first hear of this case?
Normally, Your Honor,
No, not normally. When did you first hear of this particular case?
at the end of the day, Your Honor, I get a report of the cases and unusual happening at the
Okay,
airport.
let me try to be as specific as I can. The case of Miss Gloria Ortiz, when did you first hear of it?
I'm not so sure anymore, Your Honor, of the time and the date of where I got it.
Was it the day after, the same day that she was she was detained? Was it while she was already spending the night in Pasay City Detention Center? When did you?
Your Honor, in most of the time, I get it at the end of the day.
No. Most of the time, this does not really help us here. What we need to know is the specifics on Miss Ortiz's case. You do not remember when you first heard about it.
Yes, Your Honor. I
So
don't remember.
so the reporting for this kind of thing is not so formal. But you wait a day, another 3 days, ganun ba? Nung sinabi sa iyo, nakakulong pa rin ba si Manang Gloria o nakawala na?
What I understand, Your Honor, is that
Nakalaya
yung
na.
report sa akin ng PNP, sir, is she was inquested.
She was inquested.
Yes, sir. That's
Oh.
what I
Inquested.
remember.
Tapos na yung inquest.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, nakalaya na siya.
I do not know, Your Honor, kung nakalaya na po, but inquested ang nilagay sa akin. He was inquested at the Pasay City.
So, at the very least, 2 days afterwards. What did you do about it, General Manager?
Your Honor, I'm not in the loop on the filing of the cases.
No. I'm talking about the conduct. What did you do to look into the case? You did not look into the case?
No, Your Honor, I did not. Frankly, I did not, because I'm not in the loop on the filing of the cases. Because
So it is sufficient for you to receive a report that there were certain individuals who were found to have bullets, allegedly found to have bullets in their bags, and then that is the end of the matter as far as you're concerned?
Your Honor, as far as I'm concerned, the due process of the PNP was done. It was reported to me.
This makes sense because you are quoted as saying that there are 22 agencies under your jurisdiction, but you have no control over them. Is this so?
Yes, Your Honor, because their presence at the airport is
So
not
you have no any kind of control over the aviation security group. You have no control over the X-ray people. You have no control over the OTS. Is that what you're saying?
Your Honor, the OTS under 311, making them as the sole authority.
If you have no control over the agencies in the airport, what's your job?
Your Honor, it's coordination. Because even
But how
if
can you coordinate if you cannot control?
we have the Airport Security Council.
In the military, we call it command and control. You cannot coordinate without command and control.
Your Honor, there is none. Because even in the
So you are saying now that there is no command and control in the airport.
as far as the government agencies, Your Honor, because they're covered by the legal
So what will
mandates,
happen?
yes.
Papasok tayo sa APEC. Anong mangyari kung merong talagang tunay na terorista? Hindi yung mga planted may tunay na terorista pumasok doon at nahanapan ng explosive. Anong mangyayari? Anong SOP dyan?
Your Honor, the mandate of the PNP is very clear that they're supposed to respond to threat.
So hindi ka kasama doon.
No, Your Honor, I'm not.
So you have no you say that you have no responsibility for any kind of problem that comes in the airport. But what is anong trabaho ng general manager? Paki-explain lang sa amin.
Your Honor, the main purpose of the main job of the general manager is to the smooth flow of the airport. Because there are some, we have been living.
Meron ng terorista eh. So surely that is not conducive to a smooth flow. So surely this should come under your purview.
Your Honor, yes. Pero meron pong delineation on the legal mandates of every organization, every agency at the
Never mind
airport.
the legal mandate. What is then your job? If nahulihan ng baril, baliwala sa'yo. Mahulihan ng paputok, baliwala sa'yo. Pagpasok mo sa umaga, ano yung ginagawa ninyo?
Your Honor, we have the Airport Security Council which coordinates, but we don't have any operational.
So
and
the Airport Security Council, do you sit in the Airport Security Council?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, so what do you do in the Airport Security Council?
We discuss issues, coordinate with each other, because that is only as far as we can go.
Is the case similar to Ms. Ortiz, the kind of thing that comes up in the Security Council meetings?
Your Honor, we convened the Airport Security Council. The last time we convened it was after the first week of October, after the different issues.
The first week of October was the last time that you convened the Airport Security Council?
We convened, yes, immediately, yes, sir.
Yes, sir, that was the last. No, wait. The last time, you said the last time you convened the Airport Security Council on the first week of October. This case happened on October 25. Did you convene the Airport Security Council?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Who calls these Security Council meetings?
The Airport Security Council is chaired by me, Your Honor.
It's chaired by you.
Below
So
me,
ikaw ang magtatawag, magsasabi, mag-meeting tayo bukas.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so since the first week of October until today, walang Airport Security Council meeting.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you have not. Are they regular or upon your discretion? The
No,
meeting?
Your Honor. The regulation or the SOP says that the Airport Security Council meets once a quarter,
Okay.
or as may be necessary.
When did you first? So after you heard of this case, did you speak to Ms. Ortiz?
No, Your Honor.
Or did you attempt to speak to Ms. Ortiz?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, in a previous Senate hearing, you testified that the average monthly collection from the IPSC is currently 327 million pesos. Is that right? I am taking it from your own.
I do not have the figures right here, Your Honor. So
You do not know how much your collections are from the IPSC?
I can have.
No, you do not know it. How long have you been a general manager
Right.
of? How long have you been the general manager of the airport? Mr. Honrado, please, could you answer that? How long have you been the general manager? of the airport?
5 years.
Okay, and in 5 years, you have not learned what is your collection from the IPSC. You cannot remember it.
But I do have the figures,
Okay.
Your Honor.
What about in the domestic terminal fee? How much is the collection for the domestic terminal fee every month, for example?
If I may read my notes, Your Honor. The total collection from January to August of 2010 is 4.6 billion.
4.6
Billion, Your Honor. From January
billion,
to August. of
4.6 million,
2000 billion, Your Honor.
4.6 billion,
That's right, Your Honor.
4.6 billion. You are collecting every.
This one is from January to August of 2015.
So it's not the whole year. That's
It's not
from
the whole year.
January to August.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, for 2014. Okay.
2014, Your Honor, is 5.8 billion for the whole year.
I'd like to direct now. I think we've heard enough from Mr. Honrado. Secretary Abaya, let me come to you. What is the structure of the OTS? How many personnel does this unit have?
May I allow the administrator answer for this strength of...
I would imagine that the Secretary of the DOTC would be very familiar with this critical kind of information. Are you
Roughly around 1,000, Your Honor.
around? What is the exact number? Could we have that, please? These things should be in your head. We are a little bit surprised that these are the kind of figures that, as an administrator, you should have in your head. This is a sort of statistic that you should be looking at every single day of your working day. In any case, what is the status of these personnel in the OTS? Are they organic? Are they with plantilla items? Are they contractual? What exactly is their status?
It's a mixture, Your Honor.
It's a
mixture, Your Honor.
Okay.
Regular, contractual, and some are job orders, Your Honor.
job order.
Yes, Your Honor.
How long does a job order last?
It depends on the contract, Your Honor.
Okay, what about the people who are manning the X-ray machines? What are they, contractual, or
They are
they have
re-
plantilla positions?
They have a plantilla position, the
They-
others are contractual, Your Honor.
Both. Let's be very specific. In the case of Ms. Ortiz, these Galay, Abaya, what is the last one? Rosal?
Rosalio.
Rosal, with the investigator De Padua, investigator Ballesteros, what are their status? Unahin na muna natin yung tatlo. Galang, Abaya, and Rosal. What is their status? Are they contractual employees, or do they have plantilla items?
They have plantilla items.
They have
Your Honor.
plantilla items. What is the training that you give them?
Basic aviation security training, Your Honor,
What
at the minimum.
How long does that training take?
To include the on-the-job training, Your Honor,
No,
about
no, no. Just the briefing or the classroom part
the
of it.
classroom instruction, Your Honor, is 15 days
15 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where do you conduct this training?
in our facility, Your Honor.
Saan? Dun sa airport?
Sometimes, sir, depende kasi, sir, sa, sir, sa venue, if it can be accommodated in our own main office, dun po yun. Sometimes in the airport din po, if the facility will not be able to accommodate all the
So
screeners.
is there a manual of operations for the OTS when it comes to cases like this or similar cases?
Yes, Your Honor, there is. Standard operating
Mr.
procedure.
Chair, could I request that we have a copy of that manual?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So ordered. Please submit.
Let me just, I am being, just to be very clear, how many CCTV cameras do we have in the Nayena Terminal 2? Can anyone tell me?
Yeah, Terminal 2 belongs to me. Well, I'll have the record here, Your Honor.
Yes, so tell me, how many CCTV cameras have there been are installed and working in Terminal 2?
We have 92, Your Honor.
You have 92.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, you feel that 92 is sufficient?
No, Your Honor.
No.
Yes, because we have
How
another
many,
project.
how many would you like to have?
We have now a project, Your Honor, for Terminal 1, 2, and 4,
Well-
which will including the perimeter, which will cover 700 cameras.
So, in Terminal 2, how many cameras would you like to have? What is the ideal number as far as you're concerned?
I can give you a ballpark figure, Your Honor, if
No, it cannot be a ballpark figure.
I don't have this. Your Honor,
If you have a plan, you have a project. Your project is to install an additional how many cameras in Terminal 2?
yes, Your Honor, we do have that plan.
What is the plan?
It's a total of 700 cameras.
No, I want specifically Terminal 2.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I don't have this. I don't
not
have the.
have it.
I don't have with me the exact figure.
Okay. Well, in any case, let's just say that how many total in all terminals na dadagdagan gawin 700?
Your Honor, at present we have 177.
Okay, so to extrapolate, you have maybe 1/5 of the number that you would like to have. All right? So if 72 is in the, by extrapolation, you want to have approximately 350 cameras in Terminal 2. That seems to be a reasonable, How much is one camera?
Your Honor, there are so many variations. I'm sorry, I don't have the.
Yung bibilhin ninyo, yung pinaplano ninyong bilhin, magkano yung tigisa?
I'm at a loss, Your Honor. I don't have the unit
my
value
gosh.
of the camera.
So
All-
you are given funds in the amount of close to 4.65 billion 5 billion pesos to spend on the upgrading of the cameras. You do not know how many cameras there will be. You do not know how much they cost. You have a plan, but you do not know how much the shortfall is.
Your Honor, I have the full amount. It's 486 million pesos. I can submit to the committee
486 million pesos for
for the whole 700 cameras, Your Honor, and then the monitors, and then the DVR. I can submit.
yeah,
this,
maybe we should have some of that information.
I can submit it to Your Honor.
All right. So just to finish up, Mr. Secretary Abaya, very simple. On a grade system of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, how would you grade the General Manager Honrado's performance as in this entire incident?
7, Your Honor.
7. where passing is 5 or 6, you consider him to have done more than satisfactory job.
The assumption is 5 is passing, Your Honor.
Well, whatever it is, 70%, you will give him a grade of 70%.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, take note that in school, 75% is passing, 70 is flunking. But in any case, I have to say, Secretary Abaya, we are very disappointed. Your standards, if you are to grade him at 7 out of 10, considering all of that was happened, you set your standards very, very low. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That is the extent of my interpolation.
Thank you, Senator Marcos.
Chairman.
Secretary Abaya, you would like to say something, please?
Yes, sir. Because I just want to correct myself when I answered the query of the Honorable Cayetano, asking about the administrative investigation of the OTS. Upon confirming with the administrator, because they're doing it at their level, they do intend to invite our resource persons to our right. In fact, I directed him to invite them as soon as possible. They're merely going to be invited. They will not be subpoenaed nor compelled, and at their most convenient time. But I told them to start tomorrow, and hopefully we could end by next week too, because I feel the experience that they're going through. But again, we want to expedite it for them.
A police officer, Your Honor.
She was in
A female police officer, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your
She
Honor.
was in uniform.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
She was in the blue barong uniform of the police, Your Honor.
Okay, so please proceed.
Yes, sir. Then after when I asked her, I just want to note that she was the one who was said to be the official investigator, but in fact it was a different investigator who investigated Nanay Gloria Sunday night. So these are two different investigators, because we want to also point out the importance of the gender aspect of the situation. When female detainees are being interviewed and subjected to interrogation by males. Sa amin po, may issues sa amin din yun dahil may epekto po yun sa tao.
Yes, naturally. But to get back, I just...
Kaya na lang po namin, I think there were two other persons under custody with a similar case. Isasabay-sabay na raw sila. Sabi ko, bakit kailangan pang antayin nyo itong mga taong to? Dapat nauna nang na-inquest tong si Nanay Gloria. Well, they couldn't explain it, so sige, tanggapin natin. It was still within the 32-hour period, so by 4:30, around 4:30, doon na po kami gumayak papuntang Pasay City Hall, kung nasan po yung Pasay City Prosecutor's Office. Nung dumating po kami doon, mga past 5, we waited a bit, around 5:30, 6 o'clock, nag-umpisa yung inquest proceeding against Nanay Gloria. Siya po yung nauna. Then doon nga po pinresenta nung
want to establish the timeline, ano?
Nung pagdating ko po ng hapon, tinanong ko kaagad bakit hindi pa na-inquest. Ang paliwanag po nila, hindi pa raw naayos yung papel, kinokompleto pa raw po nila, at inaantay pa na raw nila yung mga tao.
So wala pa yung anong sumunod na nangyari? But
nung nag-antay pa po ako doon, nung nag-antay po ako ay nung napansin ko na parang hindi gumagalaw. Nagtanong ulit ako, ba't hindi pa nag-inquest? Dapat kagabi pa nga to na inquest na. So I became a bit insistent on the inquest.
What time was this?
This was already around 4 o'clock. Around 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Sinabi na nila sa akin, isasabay-sabay po ng police with the OTS personnel yung written investigation report, which also serves as the complaint against Nanay Gloria. The charge was violation of RA 10591 without specifying what particular section. Then when we further look into the complaint, nakatouch na po doon yung mga statements, of course, ng OTS personnel. Ang lumalabas po na complainants doon was the police officer, CPO1 Ballesteros, and the three OTS personnel, Galang, Abaya, and Rosal. Nung tiningnan na po namin yung mga dokumento, even their statements, so they were made to swear before the fiscal on the veracity and truth of the documents and the attachment.
I will ask, what time, Attorney Farolan, did you arrive at the airport I presume represent Ms. Ortiz?
Around after lunch, Your Honor.
So it was already after lunch?
Yes, Your Honor.
That you got there?
Yes,
and
Your
what
Honor.
did you find?
Well, pagdating po doon, nakita ko na po si Nanay Gloria. Yun yung first time namin na meet kasi nga po hindi ko alam kung ano yung connection namin nung nagpunta ako doon. Kasama na po niya si Maricon. Ang una po namin hinanap yung investigador. Pinakilala po na investigador was a female police officer.
So what is
But
her name?
Si De Padua, if
De
I
Padua.
remember. I think it was De Padua. One of the
She is a policewoman.